Alright, got a few new frags that I picked up last weekend from a local guy that was thinning stuff out of his tank. It's amazing to think how much, well, it's interesting that something that somebody is willing to cut out and sell for short money out of their tank is going to become a showpiece in mine. Well, it's the small tank versus, or a new tank versus an old established tank. I'll get there someday. It is January 12th. Is that right? Sure is. Friday, January 12th. I've got a few things going on. I missed an update last week. Took a bunch of film on what I was doing down here playing with the cold temperatures. I don't know if I'm ever going to edit that and post it, but this was the outcome of one of those things. I'll deal with that. More important for me, near term, you guys can't see this, it's my list. Got a list of things I need to do before I go out of town on a business trip next week. So kind of freaking out about this because I'm going to be gone for 2 full weeks. So we won't have a Friday update for, well, this will be the last one for about 3 weeks because next Friday I'm traveling. Following weekend I'm away. The following weekend after that I'm traveling home. So yeah, it'll be a month before we get an update. So top of my list of things to do is bring these guys out of QT and get them upstairs because I don't want my wife to have to deal with QT and QT water changes. So they're working their way out of hyposalinity. This guy's at 1019. It'll probably be up to par probably Monday. The tangs are a little further behind. They're 1014 right now, so they've got a little bit further to go to get back to normal. And then they will be ready to go upstairs as well. I'm sure they're looking forward to becoming the new kingfish in my tank upstairs. So those are 2 of the things that are, you know, I got to do QT. What else is on my list? And boy, I would love to have feedback from other folks. So I'm going to, actually, I bought a replacement return pump today. Why? Not because this one has failed, but because I'm just fearful, what if it does fail? I want to have a backup that's ready to go. So when that new pump comes, maybe coming in Sunday, I'm going to plumb it in, hook it up, get it running for the week, and then this one will become my backup. So it's basically the same pump that I've got. Actually, I upgraded. I picked up, this is a DC-15, DCS-15 or DCP-15, I guess, and I picked up the 18. So a few bucks more, and it's going to get me a little bit more flow. So that's on my list. QT. Mr. Arrow's going to come upstairs. That's on my list. I don't want her to have to worry about feeding him down here. Gonna change the carbon, which I should have done a while ago. That's kind of behind. Skimmer. I finally got around and cleaned my skimmer. I don't remember who it was that had the video on. I'll have to figure it out and link it in here. Someone cleaned their skimmer the other day, cleaned out the Venturi valve in there. Maybe it was Engineering Aquariums that did that. Same exact thing. I was motivated. I pulled it open. Yeah, lots of carbon or lots of scaling in there, calcium scaling. And so it's been running much nicer. So skimmer was on my list. I will definitely clean it again before I leave. Water. So I'm going to make a lot of water so my wife has auto top-off water. So I'm going to fill up a bucket or 2 here. So a barrel. I'll probably have 3 full barrels of RODI ready to go. So 90 gallons is plenty. I'm going to have a reserve 30 gallons of salt, at least mixing when I leave. And I will probably do a full water change, maybe more than 30-gallon water change next week as well before I go. So that's kind of on my list. Well, I don't know. Oh, I got to go buy more food too because I'm short on that. So folks, tell me what I'm missing. What do you do when you're going away for 2 weeks and leaving your fish tank with your spouse for the first time? I don't know. Look at this. Cat's on the counter. You think that cat likes the fish? Maybe. Everybody else is here. Hi. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? You're not saying hi. Hi. Can you say hi? No. Okay. Move. How about you, buddy? You want to say hi? You want to say hi to everyone? Hello. Yeah, I know what you guys want. Yeah, he's got his obedience collar on because he was being a total dick a little while ago. All right, so we'll do upstairs in a few minutes. But that's what's going on down here. I got a lot of stuff going. Yeah, mount these things. I'll add that to my list. I got to get that stuff up on the board so we can get to the barrel. Oh, I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be loads and loads and loads of other things that I'll come up with. But please leave me comments. Tell me what I'm forgetting. Got stuff upstairs to show you though too. Okay, upstairs. We go from a pile of dogs over to the tank. Ooh, that's really blue. Hopefully that adjusts. Alright, so it's been 2 weeks. What have we done? Well, the rocks were there. Picked up a couple new corals. I lost my lyre-tail anthea a couple of days ago. She stopped eating about a week further back. I tried scooping her, tried to get her out for quarantine, broke some coral trying to get her out. Didn't do much good there. So, you know, that's how it is. But in terms of corals, let's talk through some stuff. Plating corals up here. Wow, that's really washed out on the video. These guys are doing great. They're growing really well. Frog spawn is doing well. The hammer coral I picked up a couple of weeks back is doing well. This is a frag of the hammer I got a few months ago, and that's doing quite well also. Picked up this one last weekend along with the Duncan I showed you down in the basement. It got glued in. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be pink tipped. I'm actually pretty excited if it remains pink. That's pretty cool. So bubble coral seems to be very happy here. I don't know if it's growing. I don't know, do bubble corals grow fast? I don't know. Whoop. Little photobomb there. Got a little yellow. Is doing quite well. His little pistol buddy down in there with him was quite loud a little while ago. A lot of snapping and popping coming from him. Last weekend, when I picked up the Duncan, so I actually paid for the Duncan. I think I paid for this hammer down here, but the guy threw in a couple of leathers. So there's a finger leather up here and back. My hope, for those of you who have watched before, is for that to grow up a little and maybe hide the ugly seam that I don't want to see, and there's no way I'm going to fix. I brought up this urchin. It was in the fuge, so figured it was doing nothing there. Might as well have it upstairs here doing something. Based on feedback, ooh, I had a second Duncan on there. I glued up the Duncans here. There was one here, and there was one over on the back. It looks like maybe somebody has taken it down. It has gone down. That's not good. I'll have to work on that. So along with the finger leather, I also got this toadstool leather. Again, a gimme. As I said before, it's kind of interesting that something that somebody's willing to call out of their system can be such great additions in mine. So that's pretty good. It's nice to have that kind of sharing going on in the industry or in the hobby here. My green mushrooms, they did split a little bit ago, so I think there's 6 of them in there now. This front one looks like it's going to split again, so that would be 7. And this hammer is just rocking, doing very well. So that's pretty much the walkthrough on the corals here. I did pick up a rose bubble tip anemone last weekend as well, and it went in the tank. Put it right here on what Reef Girl calls my Dr. Seuss spire. I think that's what she was referring to. And it crawled its way up, and then later on that evening I saw it down and back over here underneath, and I haven't seen it since. So no idea what happened to it. It was not a big anemone, it was a small one. I'm assuming it's in back someplace. If not, I really don't know where it could have gone. It's not, I mean, there was no sign of anemone pieces in the pumps or anything like that. You know, the overflows are covered, not that it would be, it's not a jumper, right? So, I don't know. It's in back someplace where I can't see it. Maybe someday we'll find it again. But I'm very happy to do a nice long update here. So, as I said, it will be a number of weeks before I do another Friday update. So, this is kind of good for me to catch a good viewing of the tank, so I can compare when I return home. See how everything is. These guys are hoping I feed them, and I think I will. So that's it for me for this Friday. A little bit longer than normal, but as I said, it'll be short, or I won't have any more for a week or two.
Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, or subscribe if you'd like to see more in this series.